What are some skinny people problems?
My personal favorite. You cannot be diabetic. You are skinny. Oh. Thanks, random man at the gas pumps. I let my pancreas know immediately. Edit. I used to wear a visible constant glucose monitor, which is recognizable to other diabetics, especially those that were recently diagnosed. I get questions that I am usually happy to answer, but sometimes people are rude. Hopefully that answers like 60% of the questions I am getting.
What a strange comment. Every type 1 diabetic I've ever known was skinny. Of course, the ones I did not know.
Always having to sit in the middle seat of the car.
Ugh. I am average height. But slim. My legs have nowhere to go, and the assumption is that I take up no space. So I can not even wrangle my feet into the spaces on either side of that middle bump without hassling the people to give me room. If you get into a head-on crash, and your feet are up on that bump, your knees will smash into your face. It also does not really make room, it just makes the larger people safer.
Can't sleep on my side because my bony knees touch each other, and it hurts too much. To sleep on my side is have to wear thick sweepings or put a cushion between my knees.
Knee pillow. Always got a knee pillow. But if you spend the night away from home, I cannot sleep for worthless excrement without it, because I am a side sleeper.
I have no momentum.
But we can accelerate faster.
Friends lifting you to show how easy it is to do so.
Especially when you tell them to put you down and they joke about dropping you.
If I hit my hip on a table or something as I am walking by, it hurts a lot, and leaves a bad bruise. My ass hurts after sitting for too long. That's about it.
Those hip bruises are no joke.
I used to be fat as crock. Now I am skinny, and the most apparent difference is I get cold much faster. Doesn't matter how I layer up.
Definitely much less warm than I used to be when I was fat. But there's another layer to this weirdness. I am significantly warmer when I am slowly bulking up for weightlifting, and significantly colder when I am cutting down. It's really weird. Additional layer of weirdness. The fire is often concentrated in my core, and does not necessarily propagate fully to my extremities. This causes odd logistical problems to arise when trying to figure out proper blanket application to warm extremities, whilst also allowing proper airflow to refrigerate the core.
Finding pants that fit. For a guy.
Yup. Good luck trying to find 28x32 jeans. Edit. Thanks for all the responses. Wow. I am in the U. And a 28-inch waist size just does not seem to exist in most stores. I have a few pairs of 29s I found at Old Navy, and I can wear those with a belt.
Pinching a nerve in my butt because of my bony ass sitting down all day.
Pinching a nerve in my anything, to be honest. Also, I managed to block my arm's bloodstream when rest head on it.
My grandmother calling me the ambassador of world hunger.
Damn, Grandma? That's gold.
It hurts to sit too long.
I felt this in my tailbone.
Being bony and sharp when being hugged.
I've learned that if you get into Muay Thai, being bony and sharp is a huge plus.
All the shirts that look good on the mannequin turns out to have pins in the back.
And the shirt on the mannequin is the last, only small size they have in stock, leaving none for you to even try on.
I just wanted to say that reading all of your experiences has made me feel so much less alone, and has validated my discomfort towards receiving a lot of these comments from people throughout the years. Thank you all for sharing. Sorry that so many people cannot keep their words to themselves, and have to body shame us all. Edit. I was not expecting this to get as many replies as it did. I shed a few tears reading your experiences, and just knowing there's a place for all of us to know we aren't alone is really comforting.
Yeah, going through reading all these. Nice to know someone understands my pain.
If you do not like baggy clothes, good luck finding something that will fit you.
I've resorted to buying my clothes from Europe because I can never find clothes that have a slim fit I'm looking for in Canada or the USA. Pull. And bare jeans are my go-to jeans. They fit how I want. And are cheap.
Having to make extra holes in your belt. Obviously a first world problem, but kind of a pain in the ass nonetheless. Edit. I know it is a universal issue everywhere lol. You do not have to mention it again. What I meant was that it is such a small issue in the grand scheme of things. Also thanks for the cool solutions. This was actually pretty fun.
I've got one of those clicker belts. Man, they are awesome. Perfect fit every time.
Having to deal with people's comments about your weight, body. You look anorexic. You even eat. I'm scared you'll blow away in the wind. Put some meat on FGS. No one's going to want to get with a bag of bones.
This is the worst, especially if you are really self-conscious about being skinny. It might seem like a harmless comment, but it can really affect the rest of the day for whoever is on the receiving end of it. I noticed people tend to remember me as that skinny guy. It sucks when it turns into something people use to define who you are.
Wow, you ate all of that?
With gusto. What people do not get is that it is not daily that I pig out and move and lift enough that my metabolism can handle it.
People making a circle with their fingers around your wrists.
Funny thing is I've gained 40 pounds since college. And I can still do the circle finger thing around my wrist. Apparently my wrists will always be skinny.
People call you weak all the time. Edit. This is by far the most successful post I've ever made. I am humbled by the amount of upvotes, rewards, and comments that you all have left. Thank you so much for sharing your experience and gratitude. You are all awesome. Thank you again.
Yup. Bartend. And people stare in awe when I carry 2 whole 24 packs of beer to stock. If I had $1 for the number of times I've heard, "Do you need help with that?" I probably wouldn't have to bartend anymore. Edit. On the other hand, a lot of my regulars bring food in for me very often. Nice little bonus.
My 24-year-old daughter works as hard to keep healthy weight on as I do to get mine under control. If she gets sick and has no appetite, she drops down fast. And it is frightening to see.
I've bounced around a bit between ideal weight and into pudgy for a lot of my life. Since food allergies became a big deal, it has been a battle to keep my weight above, always sick with something level. It's a goddamn worthless excrement show now. I need to use medical formula to keep from dropping dangerously low. I'd take into pudgy forever if it meant I could eat normally and not be nauseated or anaphylactic all the freaking time.
Not being able to break a branch by jumping on it, being colder in the winter.
I feel personally called out for the branch breaking one mile.
Something I recently found out. Very pain. Woke up with a stabbing pain in my chest and phoned the doctor, who said it is quite common with skinny people. Nothing to do other than rest. Stay on painkillers. And wait for it to fade. Edit. For those wondering, I believe I am just about underweight in terms of BMI. Very tall. And skinny. The pain lasted a few days but was slowly but surely fading. The painkillers were nothing serious, just some non-prescription stuff to get through the worst of it. Please do not take a random Reddit comment as a diagnosis. If you have similar sounding problems, please go see a doctor if you haven't already.
Holy crock. I think you just figured out my mystery sharp pain. Did you have it while breathing in? And to get over the pain, you have to take a deep breath and pop that muscle back into place for pain to stop? Like you had to continue to shallow breathe to not feel the pain?
Annoying to wear bracelets because of skinny wrists. People thinking I have an eating disorder. Family constantly asking if I am eating. No ass, cannot work, looks silly on the dance floor when I try to shake my butt. Sometimes it is hard to feel sexy because I have no curves. People commenting on my weight in general. It makes me really uncomfortable. And I never know what to say. Even if it is a compliment. This is just the way my body is. Can we just not comment on it?
Sometimes it is hard to feel sexy because I have no curves. That dress that looked amazing in the catalog. I've got no curves to fill it. Cleavage just shows ribs. But I wear jeans and a tank top. People call me young man.
When I was skinny, people would comment on how skinny that I was, but when I was fat they complained about how fat I got. Lol.
I went from being a size 2 where everyone told me to gain some weight to a size 6 where people commented about how I need to watch it before I fill out too much.
I am a skinny guy in the trades. I am not heavy enough to do a lot of stuff. Edit. I've been getting a lot of questions, so I figured I'd answer some up here. I am an HVAC apprentice. One of my biggest difficulties is getting pipes apart. I need 4-foot pipe wrenches because everyone has goddamn monkey paws. Even if I put all my weight into it, I still need help, but they just like to watch. Croaking sadists. I also can never find a tool belt that fits. I do not care how many wheels you put on it, I cannot push it. Pop rivets? Forget it. You need me to stand on something? Let me grab some tools to weigh me down. Also, bending conduit is an adventure, as some have stated. I am a god in crawl spaces. They really do not bother me all that much. I am also a savior because I always have a breaker bar with 6-point sockets. I have 6 chickens that scream Every fucking morning.
Yes, but when someone has to crawl into a crawlspace or attic, then you become the hero.
As a male, society does not take you that seriously when you are skinny, especially if you look younger than your age plus you are skinny. The implication is that you cannot be a real man if you do not look like one. An ideal man is big and muscular, while skinny, small men are seen as weak and vulnerable. It makes things such as first impressions, meeting people, and dating far more of a challenge because you constantly have to validate yourself to others simply because of your appearance.
Straight facts.
PPL Singh, eat a cheeseburger.
Why is it always cheeseburger too?
As a guy, the crippling sense of low self-esteem. Reading all of these responses is like a checklist as to what gave me problems growing up. The constant comments. Problems when pants shopping. Constant eating but nothing to show for it. People using fingers to put a ring around my wrist or upper ankles. Comparing myself to athletic friends, etc. It was a struggle from middle school through college. Now, as a middle-aged guy, I look at my man gut and think, wow, I could use a salad.
God, I related to this. One time my girlfriends gripped my wrist and said hell loud in front of everyone, wow, your wrists are tiny. And thankfully no one piled on. But I thought about that all night. And all week after that if that's what everyone saw. Seriously. F off with all that. I am trying. Sorry, our bodies are different, I cannot eat. And bulk all the way up by tomorrow to fit your body standards. God forbid I call you fat anyways. But being skinny is a privilege. Huh.